Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so the Duna I don't even know, Duna base? Yeah. So let's get this thing off the ground. Yeah man, I've been kind of busy lately, no video, yesterday. I don't know, I might upload this tonight. It really just depends on how I feel. Been kind of a busy day, lots of good stuff though, but yeah, so I'm glad you guys are liking the Apollo mission. Sorry that the video is in fact 50 minutes long, but there wasn't a lot that I could really cut out, and generally I try to cut some of the fat out. We don't need to see a lot of certain things here and there. Most of us have been experienced, but most of us have seen this stuff in the last couple videos and all my other videos. For those of you who tune in on a constant basis, and for all the new people, hello. I like you. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. So I've decided that we need to start our Duna base, and yeah, I kind of just threw some stuff together, and we're gonna call it that. It wasn't more of like throwing things together. This is going to be a very, very drawn out mission. This is just one part of about maybe 5, I believe. I'm not 100% certain on how I'm going to set this up, but yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more than my normal missions and stuff like that. I'm going to be testing out the new large-size docking ports, and I will show you guys later on kind of where I place those, and kind of how this whole thing is set up. Hopefully I didn't screw up the takeoff here, because I did exceed 200 meters per second in the lower atmosphere, but that really isn't so much of a problem. This thing kind of has a little bit more fuel than it needs. Oh god, this isn't going to be good. Alright, yeah, I didn't want to touch anything, because sometimes those stages will collide, the separation stages, and I'm gonna just kind of fix my inclination real quick too, because I probably just screwed all of that up. But yeah, I've been having some fun with this game, and some other stuff. Let's look away from Kerbin to get our frame rates a little bit higher. But yeah, no, actually you can see it from here. If you look at the bottom of where each one of those separate hab modules are, that is where I will be connecting basically the interplanetary portion of this vehicle. I'm not too certain yet. The one thing I'm not too certain about, and I'm kind of relying on gravity to kind of take over once we get on the planet, or on Duna, is I'm hoping that Duna's gravity isn't as strong as Kerbin's, which, I mean, it isn't, I know that, but I haven't really tested out moon bases, haven't really, or I mean, well, I shouldn't say moon bases, a base on Duna, so I don't know what to expect, and I don't know, there's a lot of unknowns, so there might be a slight chance that after this mission has been completed and these have landed on Duna, I might end up having to launch a separate mission to launch a crane. Yes, just to get a crane down. That's it. But hopefully I won't have to go to that extent. All right, I'm gonna kill the engine and decouple. There we go. But yeah, this whole thing has been working out pretty well, and I did want to get this in a very high orbit. For those of you who are wondering why I'm going out this far already, I can get a orange tank into space, so it's, and if anything, I can launch some refueling missions, so it's not really going to be a problem. But I just want to make sure I can get this thing really high up there right now as it is, and then I'm going to ferry out, probably past the moon. It will use our moon refueler that we have, and refuel this ship basically. So if anything, I'll go into orbit around the moon and then do the final launch from the moon. I'm also considering, but I don't really know whether or not I should do that, is building a brand new fuel depot around Minmus. I'm considering it, but it's not like 100% certain yet. It's a little bit I can get orange tanks to Minmus too. I don't know how good that's going to be. I'm not really 100% certain on how to do that. Well, it's the logistics I know, but I don't really know if it's going to be a good idea to do that, at least at this time. But we have our fuel tanker, so we can transport fuel. I think maybe the Kraken will give me a break eventually. Definitely uncertain about that one, but hopefully we Bruce Willis will come by, kill the Kraken, and we'll be good. But yeah, anyways, I've been having some fun. Been a lot of new subscribers lately, and I've been really happy about that. And the number one question I always get asked, and it's just kind of like this number one impending question that I always get is like, Goose, why don't you have more subscribers? Why is it that you're so unpopular and everything else? I think I've addressed this question before, but I constantly get it, and one thing I don't really try to do is beg for subscribers. I will offer people links. If you go on like Kerbal Space Program forums, I do kind of advertise a little bit on there that my videos do exist, and that I do exist. But I don't really get, for some reason with the community, I really don't get very much recognition for what I've been doing, and I don't get as much recognition that I deserve, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like I'm begging or anything like that. Like, I just, whatever I got, I'm happy with. And for new people who come along and they find my channel, like, I'm genuinely happy for anybody who actually finds a good use for any of my videos. I don't, once again, like, I don't like to promote my videos in any kind of way, and there's a lot of people who plaster their videos on every forum in space that they can possibly find, and I'm just not that kind of a person. I mean, I don't really have the time to do stuff like that, but in the other respect is I just find it kind of disrespectful. To like for Kerbals, oops, yeah, that was a bad idea. For Kerbal Space Program forums and stuff like that, I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful to constantly barrage the forums with videos and stuff like that. I mean, they get people on there all the time who also happen to make YouTube videos, which I do salute you for the people who do. Even the people who play, I mean, what am I saying? Everyone who plays this game deserves a salute. But, I don't really understand what, the one major thing I do have to say is that, you have somebody like Kurt who is, playing Kerbal Space Program, which, he has a very large fan base as it is. So when he makes a video, regardless, he's going to get tons of views and tons of people willing to watch, and then you have the people who just kind of are, pretty relaxed about whatever they watch. They don't really care if it's Kerbal Space Program. They just generally like the person who they're watching. So it with views and all that other stuff is concerned, I mean, I generally don't care. I mean, I'm just happy that people watch my channel. And I try to keep a daily video going, but with the summer and a lot of things that have been going on that I think I've talked about in my last couple episodes, it's been a little shoddy when I can actually record, and it's been a little shoddy with certain things, and not to mention, I thought I wasn't going to be as busy when school ended, and I think I just used RCS fuel that I just transferred out, which in that case is just absolutely amazing, because I'm trying not to use any of the RCS fuel in this stage. So, but yeah, I ended up, I've been a little bit more busy, and I am also considering a change in my job, and because of all that stuff, it's been a little hectic and just a little nutty. So hectic and nutty are like two things in my life that I guess I always have been living with. Hectic and nutty, but one or the other. But right now I've been looking, and I don't really have that great of a job right now, and I'd rather really not talk about what kind of job I do have. But maybe at a later date I will talk more about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been having some fun with all of that stuff. So let me cover this a little bit more. I've been blabbing about myself, like I always do. No, so I think if I turn on the lights, you'll be able to see a little bit better. So this is somewhat, if you guys can see through all the struts and stuff. Here we go. I'll go with this module right here. This is somewhat of a replica of Minmus Space Beta. I tried to do a little bit of the same thing, but not the exact same. You can see the legs are in a little bit different locations. I put batteries on this. I did kind of prepare this thing to be on the surface of Duna compared to being on the surface of Minmus or another planet or whatever. But we got our I set up each one of these individually as having solar panels on its own, and basically once I get on the surface I will deploy all of these. The actual crane, I guess if you want to call it this or whatever, it's equipped with 12 engines, the smaller size Rockomax engines. There is roughly 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 12 outside parachutes and 1 inside parachute. What else? I believe it's got 6 of these small RCS tanks, and then 100 I guess medium-sized tank. And this whole stage, basically from here on, which actually I could do that right now because I don't even need this stage anymore. So I will decouple that right now. I'm just making sure that the staging is 100% because I checked it, but at the same time, still not certain that it's all perfect. So, alright. Now, once we get into orbit, because I'm going to have basically orange tanks all around the outside with 1 engine on each orange tank, I think, at least for right now, maybe 2 per tank. Still haven't decided that portion of this rocket just yet. And then there's going to be 1 center tank that has no engines on it, and it's just going to be strictly fuel. Once that stuff is all set up, this thing will be sent... Whoa, I had a little bit of a graphic error right there, or whatever. No, but once all that portion is set up, this will be sent. The orange tank section will be used to get to Duna. Afterwards, this stage right here will decouple, and then inside here is a Poodle engine, and this will be to get into orbit around Duna, to get like some kind of an orbit around Duna. Still, once again, I am not 100% certain. And then this final stage right here, all these engines that I was talking about before, those will be see, I'm not 100, like I said, I put about 13 parachutes on this thing total. Those will be either for when I get on the surface to do some other stuff, or basically these will be used as a last minute resort to slow down in the atmosphere of Duna. So I'm not 100% certain, like I said, guys, so I'm not really sure. He's dancing. Yeah, silly Kerbal, whatever. Yeah, so anyways, guys, I did a lot of talking. I know this isn't going to be the most eventful episode, but I really just wanted to cover some of the stuff. This is going to be one of many launches. I'm probably not going to show a video of me attaching each one of these orange tanks, but, once it's completed, I think I will, show you guys everything. And, yeah, so anyways, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, check out the Facebook, the Twitter, and, yeah, I will see you next time.